Alright, shalom, shalom. Right, Lord willing, you can hear me. Right, it's quite a windy day today as usual. Also battling the elements, but yeah, man. Blessed with another day to teach this word. So, without further ado, we're gonna face the east and we're gonna give all praises to our Father in heaven through His only begotten Son. Right. So, with that, we're gonna say, Barakatah Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, bahasham Rakha. Right, as we always say, Yahawah is the true name of our Father in heaven, who people ignorantly call Jehovah and Yahweh and God. Right, His name in the Hebrew tongue is Yahawah. All right, which means He is. You can find it in the book of Exodus, the 3rd chapter, right? I think from verse 14. All right, His name is Yahweh, meaning He is. He exists, for He's omnipresent. He's omnipotent. All right, so His name means He is, for He exists, man. All right, so Yahawashi's name, right, means He to save, or He's the deliverer, for He shall save His people from their sins. So that's what His name means. Yahawashi means He shall deliver. It's not Jesus, right? It's not Yeshua. It's not Ahaya, right? It's not Joshua. His name is Yahawashi. It's not Jesus either. His name is Yahawashi. All right, meaning He shall deliver, for He shall deliver His people from their sins. I think that's in the book of Matthew, Matthew the 1st chapter, verse 21. All right, so that's what His name means, Yahawashi. He shall deliver, for He saves. All right, and Rakha is the Hebrew tongue for the Holy Spirit. So once again, we're here on these highways and byways to preach and prophesy the downfall of this place, the downfall of the present and evil, wicked society of Esau Edom, right? The so-called white man, right? The so-called Caucasian race, which biblically is known as the Edomites, right? Or the nation of Edom, the Hebrew Edomites, all right? And we're here to proclaim the salvation of the elect among the nation of Israel. All right, the salvation of the elect among the children of Jacob, man, or the sons or the seed of Jacob, which would be you so-called blacks or Bantu, right, and you so-called Native Americans, man. All right, you are the true descendants of the Hebrews. You are the true descendants of the biblical Israelites, man. And all of those that are scattered among the heathen that may look like the heathen, right, but this word resonates with your spirits, right? You could be an Israelite, man. All right, but this is not a thing about color, man. The Bible is not about color, right? But rather it's about the spirit. It's about a particular seed line or a particular generation of a people. All right, and we can, identify who those people are based off first and foremost the curses and their spirits, man. All right, for the book of Romans, the 8th chapter reads, "For the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the sons of the Most High." Right? Let's get that real quick in the book of Romans. Salachya. Battling the elements, this wicked flesh, man. But in any case, Romans chapter 8. Alright? This is the book of Romans. Matter of fact, the whole chapter is a good read, but I'm gonna start just to get the point. We're gonna start at verse 14. We're gonna start at verse 14, right? It says, "For as many as are led by the Spirit of the Most High," right, which would be, right, case in point, the elect of the Most High, all right, in this latter days, in these latter times. Because Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi is only dealing with a small remnant in these latter days, man. Right? The Most High, which His name is Yahweh, and Yahawashi, which is His Son, are only dealing with a small number of people in these latter days, man. Alright, which would be that small remnant, that elect, right? That elect among the nation of Israel. So it says, verse 14, it says, "For as many as are led by the Spirit of the Most High, that they are sons of the Most High." Right? Those are the sons or the true people of the Most High, man. Right? Verse 15, it says, For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but have received the spirit of adoption. Who? Through Yahawashi, man. Right? Through Yahawashi, who they English call Jesus Christ, have received the spirit of adoption back unto the Father, man. Because once the Father had cast us away as a people. I think you can find that in the book of matter of fact, let me just get it, man. Right? I think it's in the book of Habakkuk. No, know I'm tripping. Let me search for it. I'm tripping. Salachya, real quick, Salachya. Kind of windy, so I'm watching for the phone that it doesn't tip over. It's in the book of Hosea, right? My bad. It's in the book of Hosea, Salachya. Right? This is the book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 9, right? Proving a point that once the Most High cast us away as a people, man. But through Yahawashi do we have that spirit of adoption back unto the Father, man. Because Yahawashi did what? He died for the sins of his people. He died for the transgressions of his people. I think you can find in the book of Isaiah 53. Alright? He was slain for our iniquities, man, as a people. Alright? It says Hosea chapter 1 and verse 9. Then said the Most High, call his name Laomai, right? Which means Laimai, right? Which loosely translates to not my people in the Hebrew tongue. Right? Or through the Hebrew tongue, rather. So it says, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power, I will not be your God. Right? Now, the book of Hosea chapter 1 and the next verse 10, right? It says, yet the number of the children of who? Of the children of Israel. Right? Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. Right? And it shall come to pass that in the place that it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall it be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. And through who is that going to happen? It's going to be through Yahawashi, man. Because it's through Yahawashi do we have that spirit of adoption back unto the Father, man. As we read in the book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. The spirit is, verse 15, Salachya. For ye have not received the spirit of a bondage again to fear, right? But rather ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. In which Abba is the Hebrew word for Father, all right? So verse 16, it says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the sons or the children of the Most High. So that's how we identify who is an Israelite or who could be a hopeful elect of an Israelite in these latter days, man, via the Spirit. All right, via what, what we can, discern with the Spirit, man, through the Spirit. Right? We judge not unto from fleshly measures, man. Your skin color does not dictate your lineage. Right? The color of your skin does not dictate whether you're of the scriptures or not. The color of your skin does not dictate whether you're of the lineage of Israel, man. Now it could be a good indication, all right, because we know how the ancient Israelites looked. They looked like the so-called black people today, man. So-called Native Americans, so-called African Americans. That's how they looked like in the ancient times, man. All right, and that's how they still look like, right? Not saying they don't look like that anymore. Right, but then we've been scattered among all nations. So you're gonna find an Israelite among every nation upon the planet Earth, man, under the sun. You're gonna find a nation or a seed of the sons of Israel, man, from every nation, practicing the customs of the heathen, maybe even acting like the heathen, looking like the heathen, man. So that's how you have that innumerable multitude in the book of Revelation that shall be delivered. Right, that innumerable multitude out of every kindred, out of every tongue and every people are Israelites coming out of those nations, coming out of those people, man. Right, coming out of those foreign lands which Yahawashi had scattered them. Matter of fact, Isaiah. I think it's in the book of Isaiah 14. All right. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to get Isaiah 41. Salachya, 1 second. Looking for the book of Deuteronomy, Salachya, right? So, it was in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 3. All right, it says that then the Lord Yahawashi, bahasham Yahawashi, thy God, will turn thy captivity, right, and will have compassion upon thee, and will turn and gather thee from all the nations, whither the Lord Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi has scattered thee. So it's going to return us from all these lands, from all these kindreds, from all these tongues and nations, whithersoever Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi has scattered his elect, man. Right? That's how the elect is going to be saved. That's how the elect is going to find that salvation. And through who is this possible? It's through Yahawashi, man, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, who they fraudulently named Jesus Christ, man, which his name wasn't Jesus. His name was never Jesus. Neither shall his name ever be Jesus, man. All right? We have people saying we don't know yet the name of the Most High, neither his Son, for he shall receive a new name, right? So his name is not going to be Jesus, man. His name is going to be Yahawashi. His title is going to change. His title, perhaps, is going to receive a new title, but his name shall be Yahawashi today, tomorrow, and forever, man. Yahawashi is his name today, tomorrow, and forever. All right? So with that, let's read on in the book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. So it says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the sons of the Most High. And if children, then heirs, heirs of Hamashiach, and joint Salachya, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach. If so it be that we may suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. Alright, so the elect is going to receive, right, the benefits that Yahawashi shall receive, man. Or rather the inheritance that Yahawashi is going to receive. For the elect are joint inheritors with Yahawashi. Right? But before that, man, before the kingdom, all hell has to break loose first, man. The economy has to crash first, man. World War III has to happen. The RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, has to be implemented before the kingdom happens, man. Alright? So before all of that happens, there's certain prophecies that still have to take place, man. Right? Including that mark of the beast, including the beast system, including World War III, the economy crash, right? All of those things, man. Those are the three major prophecies that are left before Yahawashi, who they call Jesus Christ, makes his return. Alright? So with that, let's go to the book of Jeremiah chapter 30. Alright? It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 30, and we're going to start at verse 4. It says, and these are the words that the Lord Yahweh, bahasham Yahawashi is his name, alright? Yahweh is the father's name, Yahawashi is the son's name. Right? Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi is Yahweh in the name of Yahawashi. So reading on, it says, and these are the words that the Lord Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi spake concerning Israel, which is the northern kingdom, and concerning Judah, which is the southern kingdom. Alright? Verse 5, it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace, man. So we have heard a voice of trembling, man. Right? We have not heard a voice of peace, because that's what's coming, man. Trembling, fear, right? Anguish, man. Civil war, civil unrest, that's on its way, man. Alright, that's how they're gonna be implementing that RFID. That's how they're gonna be implementing this SIHIP, man. The chip, basically. That RFID microchip. Right? That's how they're gonna be implementing all these different things, man. Alright? Matter of fact, let's get the book of Revelation chapter 13. Right? So let's get what we're talking about real quick. Let's get what it is that we're talking about. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. Matter of fact, we're going to start at verse 15. Right? And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Right? That image of the beast is the beast system. Right? That NATO system, the system that they forced you to bow to, man. Which would be that LGBTQ nonsense, man. Which would be that working on the Sabbath, right? Basically just obeying the laws, the statutes and commandments of the Most High, man. That's that image of the beast. It's the system of, the EU system, the NATO system, man. right alongside their governments and their militaries. Alright, reading on, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that it should what? That the image of the beast should speak, and to cause as many as do not worship the image of the beast to be killed. So if you're not with their system, man, you're going to be put to death. Right? If you're not with their system, if you're not with that C-hip, if you're not with that RFID microchip, you don't exist in their society. Right? You know, you're going to be seen as a rebel. You're going to be seen as an outcast, as a foreigner. Alright, unless you have that C-hip with you, and unless you have that RFID microchip within you, man. That's the society that we're yet to live in. That's the society that we're coming in, man. That's the society we're about to live in. Alright? Verse 16, right? And this is the point. And he causeth all, man. Doesn't matter who you are, man. Right from your celebrities to the lowest man. Alright? Everyone, man. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, or in their left hand, or in their foreheads, man. Right? It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark of the beast. Alright, save he that has that RFID microchip, man. You're not going to be able to partake in society without that chip. Because that chip is going to be containing your ID, your keys, your wallets, right? Your health information, right? Where you live. Basically everything about you, man, is going to be on that microchip, man. Right? So without that, you don't exist, man. Without that, you don't... you have no partaking in the society, man. Alright? And the elect is prepared to face that, man. The elect is prepared to face whatever trial and tribulation that Yahawashi may put us through, man. Alright? Because we know Yahawashi said what? He said, be faithful until death, and I shall give thee a crown of life. So whatever our lot may be in Jacob's trouble, the elect is going to be prepared to face it. Right? Whatever trial and tribulation that Yahawashi has said for them to go through, they're gonna go through it, man, successfully like that. Right? They're not gonna be wishy-washy. They're not gonna waver. Right? But they're gonna stay fast. They're gonna hold fast to what they've been taught, man. Right? They're gonna keep the word of his patience. Revelation chapter 3 and 10. And so Yahawashi is gonna keep them from the hour of temptation. From the hour of Jacob's trouble, which is what we're reading about, which is going to be a time like none other, a time like no other, a time where calamity is happening, a time where civil war is happening, a time where a class war is happening, a race war is happening, a time whereby there might or might not be a virus going on, a time whereby lockdowns are happening, because lockdowns are coming back in a major way, man. Right? A time where plagues might happen. A time of famine, where definitely famine is going to happen, man. Alright? Because we are promised that. That's how this beast is going to cause all to receive that mark of the beast, except the elect. Except the elect, which shall not take of the mark of the beast. We shall not partake of the image of the beast, man. They shall not bow they need to Baal. Alright? So verse 16, once again, this is the book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? Which would be that RFID microchip along with the barcodes. Alright? Here is wisdom. Right? Let he that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man. Right? And his number is 666, which is 666. That's the image or the number of the mark of the beast. The number of the beast, man, for it is the number of the man. And that man is Esau Edom, the so-called Caucasians, the so-called white race. Right? Because they're the ones that are primarily on top of this thing, man. Right? When I say primarily, I mean according to the things of this world. Now we know that it's Yahawashi orchestrating everything. Right? When I say primarily, I mean, right, pertaining to the things of this world. It's Esau Edom that is governing these things. Right? Now on a higher level, it is Yahawashi. It is Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi. Alright? So with that, let's get Revelation chapter 9, or Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. What's going to happen unto those that are going to take that mark of the beast, man? Right? Because somebody might ask, what if I take it? Right? What's going to happen to you? Revelation chapter 14, I said, right? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14. We're going to start at verse 9. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 9. And it reads, "And a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, Salachya, and his image, and receive his mark upon his forehead or upon his hand," the same, right? That same person, that same individual that took that RFID microchip, that took that what's it called? That brain implant, right? That brain interface, whatever, right? Brain interface machine, right? That BMI, I think it is, right? The same shall drink of the wine of wrath of the Most High, which is poured without mixture, right? The same shall drink out of the wrath of Yahawashi, man, and the angels, and the Al-Hayyim, and Yahawashi, man, which is gonna make his way by the by way of the angels, man, by way of the chariots, right? So along with the host of angels, including Michael Allah, man, including Gabriel, right, including Raphael or Rapaya Allah, all right. So it says, the same shall drink out of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured without mixture. That concentrated wrath of the Most High, man. You don't want to drink of that. You don't want to smoke, man. Trust me. Right? And it says, shall be the same shall drink out of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, right? Which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and there shall be he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, right? Which is going to be Yahawashi, right along with the armies that is going to come with, man. So if you partake of that system, if you take that RFID microchip, that's basically what you're going to face, man. Right? That RFID microchip is that mark of the beast. Alright? That's basically your destination. Right? That's basically what's going to happen unto you, man. Now, some of us might die for this truth's sake. Let's get that book of Revelation real quick. Let's prove it. Revelation chapter 20. Right? Salachya. This is the book of Revelation chapter 20 and verse 4. And it says, "And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahawashi, right? So some of us are going to be beheaded for this truth's sake. Some of us are going to be martyrs in this truth, man. Some of us are going to have to die for what we believe in. That's the definition or the meaning of a martyr. Somebody that dies for what they believe in. Somebody that dies for the greater good. All right? So we not willing of that number, are going to be made martyrs in this truth, man. All right? Some of the elect are going to have to die for what they believe in. All right? So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 20 and verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahawashi, and for the word of the Most High, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, right? Neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahawashi 1,000 years. Right, so those are the same people that are going to receive the inheritance, man, the inheritance of Yahawashi that we read about in Romans chapter 8. Those are the same people that are going to be beamed up in the book of Revelation, where it says, come up hither. All right, so those are the same people that you read about in the book of Revelation chapter 7 and Revelation chapter 14. As a matter of fact, let's get to Revelation chapter 14. Right? Let's get the book of Revelation chapter 14. This is the book of Revelation chapter 14 and verse 1. It says, and I looked and lo, a lamb stood on the mountain of Zion, right? And with him 144,000, having the Father's name written in their foreheads. And that Tawah, man. That's that Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4, right? That mark of exemption, that mark that the elect is going to be having upon their foreheads, spiritually, right? This is a spiritual mark. This is a Tawah. It's not a charagma. Charagma is that microchip, man. A charagma is what we read about in Revelation chapter 13. Alright? Now the Tawah is the mark that we read about in Revelation chapter 14. That's the Father's name. The Tawah is the same mark they read about in Ezekiel chapter 9 and 4. And verse 4. Right? So it says, verse 1, chapter 14. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the mountain of Zion, with him 144,000, that's the Yahawashi, and 144,000 saints, man. The saints of the Most High, which are men, right? It says, having the Father's name written within their foreheads. And verse 2, it says, and I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, right? And a voice of a great thunder. And I heard a voice of harpers harping with their harps. Alliteration. Verse 3, it says, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne. And only the elect know the lyrics to that new song, man. It's only the chosen few that know the lyrics to that new song. But in any case, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts, and before the elders. And no man could learn that song. There we go. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth. Alright, so these are the same people that are going to be preaching and prophesying in the houses and bowels. Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. These are the same people that are going to be telling you about the image on the mark of the beast, which is going to be the RFID microchip. These are the same people that are going to be professing Yahawashi, man, and are going to be faithful unto death. These are the same people which were named not a people of the Most High, but rather have received that light, man, that is through the spirit of adoption. Have received the book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. That is a mouthful, Salachya. And verse 4, it says, these are they which were not defiled with women. That women represent false ideologies. That women represent basically defiling yourself with doctrine, man, false doctrine. All right. And it says, these are they which are not defiled with women, for they are virgins, for they are pure, for they are clean. All right. It says, these are they which have followed the Lamb Yahawashi whithersoever he goeth. And these are redeemed among men, being the what? The first fruits of the Most High, and to the Lamb, and the first fruits, man. right? Which would be the first people to receive the rulership in the kingdom, man. All right, which would be the governing body of the kingdom, man, right alongside the 1/3, no, not the 1/3, but the innumerable multitude after them, in which 1/3 is going to come out of Babylon the Great, which is known as the United States of America. All right. So let's get the book of Ezekiel chapter 9 and 4, right, just to prove what we're talking about. Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. Yahawashi. We're gonna start at verse. Let's start at verse 4. All right, Ezekiel chapter 9, and we're gonna start at verse 4. Why am I holding the scripture? Perhaps I'm gonna use it later on. Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. It says, "And the Lord Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem," which Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. Now Jerusalem is a city, right? But it represents a people before it represents a place, because it was a people before it was a place. All right, Israel was a people before it was a place. All right, so this is representing the people in Jerusalem, which would be the Israelites. All right. So it says, "And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and do what?" Let's read on. "And set a mark upon the foreheads." All right, that's the same mark that was set upon the same mark that is set upon the people in Revelation chapter 20. All right, it says, "And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." Right, those are the men that are sighing and crying in the highways and byways. Those are the men that are teaching you wisdom, right, in the highways and byways, the chief place of concourse, man. Those are the people that are prophesying, right, and boldly proclaiming the name of Yahawah wa Yahawashi. Those are the men that Yahawashi is dealing with, man. Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. Lord willing, you brothers and sisters are a part of that number. All right. So it said, "And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." Right, verse 5. "And unto the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after him to the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, right? Neither have ye pity." Right, now this is the Most High sending an angel, man, to do his job. All right. So verse 6, it says, "Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, right, and women, but come not near upon any man whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary." And they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. So it began at the ancient men which were before the house, man. All right, so nobody's going to be exempt except those that have the mark of exemption in their foreheads, man. Those that have the mark of the Father, or the name of the Father in their foreheads. All right, no man, no woman, no child, no elderly, right, no elder rather, is going to be exempt from the coming destruction, from the coming judgment that we read about in the book of Jeremiah chapter 30, which I don't believe that we're finished. Which I don't believe we have finished, right? Alright, this is the book of Jeremiah chapter 30, and we're going to start at verse 4 once again. So it says, "And these are the words that the Lord, Yahweh is his name," right, "spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh is his name. We have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace." Right? Not your false pastors proclaiming peace, man. Alright? Not your false prophet proclaiming peace. Peace is not coming upon this world, man. Peace is coming in the kingdom. All right, this is the transitioning of a rulership, or transitioning of an undertaking of a kingdom happening, man. And there's never been a peaceful undertaking of a kingdom. All right, and neither shall ever be. So this place is about to be destroyed, man. And a new rulership is about to be set. A new heaven and a new earth is about to be set, man. Which is not going to be a smooth transition. It's going to be a transition full of fear, full of anguish, full of darkness, right? Full of blood. In which we're preparing you, or we're trying to prepare the elect among Israel for that time, man. That's why we're upon these highways and byways. That's why we do what we do. That's why we preach and we prophesy week in and week out to the best of our ability, man. To the best of what the Spirit has given us. We're not doing this for our own gainsaying, man. We're not doing this just so we can fearmonger. All right? We're not doing this just because we have an alternative agenda. An alternative agenda. Right? So we're not doing this because we're getting paid. We're not getting paid to do what we do, man. Of course, we're going to get paid in the kingdom by Yahawashi, according to the works of which we have done. All right? So we're out here, man, on the highways and byways, warning, blowing the trumpet once again in Zion, man, calling the elect among the nation of Israel that they may repent, whether they hear or whether they forbid. All right? Verse 6, ask ye now and see whether a man does travail with child. Can now a man be pregnant and have labor pains? Can a man now all of a sudden give birth unto children? Can a man all of a sudden now go through labor pains? The answer is no, obviously. So it says, wherefore, meaning why do I see every man with his hands on his loins or his midsection as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness? Now what kind of destruction or what kind of event shall lead to that happening, man? It's sure as hell an event like none other, man. A famine, a pestilence, a war. Fearful sightings, man. Right? So verse 7, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Right? So that none is like that day that we're nearing, man. None is like this day that we're prophesying about. Right? This is the same day that is written about in the book of Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. The same book that is written, or the same day, right, that is written about in the book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 21. A time like none other. All right? Jeremiah chapter 13 verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. But that he is representing the elect, that he is the same people that we read about with that tawah upon their foreheads. All right, but he shall be saved out of it. That he is speaking of the elect, and the rest are going to be doomed, man. 2/3 of our own people are going to be doomed, man. Right alongside the heathen, right alongside the so-called Caucasians, right alongside the Hamites, right alongside the Elamites. As a matter of fact, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 8. Yeah. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in the land, saith the Lord, Yahawashi, that land is speaking about the land of Babylon, or Babel, however you want to pronounce it. All right? Which is today would be the North Americans. All right? It says, and it shall come to pass that in that land, saith the Lord, Yahawah, bahasham, 2 parts, meaning 2/3, 2 out of 3. All right? 2 people of every 3 shall be what? Shall be cut off and die. So that 2/3 is speaking of 2/3 of our own people, not consisting of the heathen, man. All right? And it shall come to pass that in the day the Lord Yahweh, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts shall be cut off and die, but 1/3 shall be left therein. And I'll bring 1/3 part through the fire, meaning that fire of adversity, right? that gateway, man, that rite of passage, right? Through that trouble, man, is gonna make you pure, right? For his gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Dot dot dot. All right. So Yahawashi is gonna try his elect, man, and he's gonna put their faith through fire. If your faith is made of plastic and wood, your faith is gonna burn, man. All right. But yet, if your faith is made out of precious stone and precious metal, what happens when you burn gold? What happens when you burn silver? Right? What happens when you burn an emerald? Right? It becomes pure. All right. All the infirmities and all the impurities, they burn off, man, and they melt off. They evaporate off. Okay. So it says, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them. There we go. And I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried, and they shall call upon my name. So what is the Most High's name then? So all of those that say we don't have the name of the Most High, or his name is God. God is not a name, it's a title. So much as Most High is not a name, it's a title. Much as Almighty is not a name, it's a title. So God is not his name. What therefore is his name? Right? What therefore is his name, man? Right? Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 9. And I will bring the third part through fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried, and they shall call upon my name, and I will hear them. What therefore is the Most High's name? And they shall call upon my name, and I will hear them. And I will say, it is my people. They shall say, the Lord Yahawah is my power. Alright, so all of those claiming that we don't have the Most High's name. How are we going to call upon the Most High's name, alright, if we don't have the name? Are we just going to guess his name? Alright? As a matter of fact, let's get the book of Baruch. Let's get the book of Baruch. Alright? We shall meditate upon the Most High's name in the land where we're scattered, man. So how can you claim that we don't have the name, man? As a matter of fact, it starts at the book of Acts, chapter 4 and verse 12. Let's start there real quick, and we'll make our way to Baruch. Alright, this is the book of Acts, chapter 4 and verse 11. And this is the stone which was set at naught of you builders, which has become the head of the cornerstone, which is Yahawashi, in case you didn't know. Right? So neither is there salvation in any other. Neither is there salvation in any other being. Neither is there salvation in any other deity or entity other than Yahweh through Yahawashi. There is no salvation beyond that, man. There is no salvation above, sideways, underneath, you know. There is no other salvation besides Yahweh bahasham Yahawashi. Alright, it says, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is no other name given under earth among men whereby we must be saved. There is no other name given under earth whereby men must be saved, man. So if you don't have that name, you don't have salvation. So what therefore is his name? Let's get the book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 4. Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 4. Who hath ascended up into heaven, or who hath descended? Who hath gathered up who hath gathered the wind in his fists? Who hath bound the waters in his garments? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? What is his son's name, if thou canst tell? What is his name? What is his son's name, if thou canst tell? Because we know that we're in the latter days. We know that we're in the end times. Alright, so we should have the name of the Most High to call upon. So what therefore is his name? book of Baruch, the 2nd chapter. Just careful that this phone doesn't fall. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2, and we're going to start at verse 28. Now this is how we got into this mess in the first place, man. This is going to briefly explain how we got into this mess, how we were scattered among the heathen, how we were scattered among the Gentiles. Alright? My man, listen up. It says, Baruch chapter 2 and verse 28, it says, and as thou hast spakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, before the children of who? Of Israel. Before the children of Israel, saying, if you will not hear my words, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter thee. Reading on. For I knew that they would not hear me. Why? Because it is a stiff-necked people. Israel is a stiff-necked people, as you know, as you might or might not know. Alright? For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities shall they remember themselves, man. We're going to remember who we are, man. We're going to remember that we're not Bantu as they told us. Right? We're the sons of the Most High, man. We're not African American. We're not Native American. Alright? We're not Zulu. We're not Nigerian. We're not West African. Alright? Neither are you, among wherever you scattered among the Gentiles. You're not even that, man. Right? But you are of the seed of Jacob. You are of the lineage of Jacob, which his name was later changed unto Israel. So you are an Israelite by definition, by bloodline. I hope you caught that. Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and they shall know that I am the Lord their God. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear. Which reminds me, the book of 1 Corinthians. As a matter of fact, no, the book of 1 Corinthians. Let's get the book of 1 Corinthians real quick. 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 3. Colossians. Bear with me. Or 2 Corinthians, Salachya. 2 Corinthians, chapter 4 and 3. Let's go to 2 Corinthians, chapter 4 and verse 3. Alright, this is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4 and verse 3, and it reads. Matter of fact, we're going to start at verse 2. It says, but we have renounced the hidden things, right? We have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not working in craftiness, nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commanding ourselves to every man's conscience, right, in the sight of the Most High. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them which are lost. Now, if you go into that word lost, all right, it goes into those that are basically saved for destruction, those that are destroyed, those that are about to die, man. So if this gospel be hid unto you, if you are not given that ears to hear, if you're not given that eyes to see, if you're not given those that hearts that you may understand, as written about in the book of Isaiah, all right, if you're not given that, then are you doomed, man? If this gospel is not making sense unto you, you're doomed. All right, because you have no salvation, you have no name to call upon that is going to save you. Jesus Christ is not going to save you, man. All right. So let's carry on to the book of Baruch. The book of Baruch, the 2nd chapter, and verse 31 we were. The book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse 31, and shall know that I am the Lord, their power, their God, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear. Verse 32, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, where we were, sent into captives. There shall we praise the Most High's name, man. All right, as written about, as the Apostle Paul wrote about, right? It says, and they shall praise my name in the land of their captivity, and they shall think upon my name, and they shall return from their stiff-necked and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the ways of their fathers which have sinned before the Lord, which is how we ended up in this place first and foremost, which is how we ended up in this predicament firstly, man. As a people, that's how we landed in this predicament. All right? You tell me one problem that our people have, and I'll show it to you in the scriptures, man. Name one problem that our people have, and I will show you through the curses that our people are going to be facing in the latter days, man. Most of them are found in the book of Deuteronomy. Most of them, but not all of them, are found in Deuteronomy chapter 28, at verse 15 on down, 15 until 68. All of those are the curses that our people are going to be facing these latter days, man. Alright, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 on down. Verse 15 until 68. Right? And even there shall we read that we're going to go into captivity again in ships. Alright? Who went into captivity in ships, man? Who was stripped off of their identity? Alright? Whose identity was stolen at that? Our holy land was stolen. Our language, our customs. Okay, they tried to copy our customs, but not successful. Alright? That's us, man. It's speaking about us. Alright? Verse 33. One more time. From verse 33. Right? And shall return from, matter of fact, verse 32. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity. Right? And they shall think upon my name. And they shall return from their stiff-necked and from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the ways of their fathers which have sinned before the Lord. And I'll bring them again into the land which I have promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's plain and simple, man. So who then are the sons of the Most High? It's the lineage of Abraham unto Isaac unto Jacob, in which Jacob's name was later changed to Israel. Alright, now let's read on. And they shall be lords over it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be to me a people. And I will no more drive away my people of Israel out of the land which I have given them. That's plain and simple right there, man. Right, so in order for that salvation to come, we first have to go through this hell. We first have to go through these tribulations. I don't know why I'm stuttering here. We have to first go through these tribulations, these trials. We have to face that mark of the beast before, alright, before we can inherit Yahawashi as an inheritance, man. Alright? Before we can inherit Yahawashi's inheritance. Before we can even think about naming ourselves the elect, naming ourselves the sons of the Most High, naming ourselves men of the Most High. We are hopeful men of the Most High. That's correct. We are of the hopeful elect. That's correct. Right? But until we are beamed up, until we are on the chariot, right? Until we have that crown upon our heads, right? We cannot claim the title of the elect. Alright? We cannot claim to be sons of the Most High. Right? Because I myself could not be an Israelite. There's a possibility. I hope that I am. I hope that I'm of the elect of Israel. Right? But there is a chance that I'm not. Right? And that's the exact same thing that keeps us on our toes, man. Because we are under hope. We are under grace. We are under mercy. Right? It's not a guarantee that you're going to make it in the kingdom, no matter how many precepts you know. It's not a guarantee that you're going to make it into the kingdom, no matter how well you can decipher or dissect the scriptures. Right? So until you're upon that chariot, man, you cannot call yourself a man of the Most High, right? Rather, a hopeful man of the Most High, which keeps us on our toes, man, which keeps us doing the work daily, which keeps us in the brotherhood daily, man, encouraging one another as a brotherhood, in which brotherhood is a part of doing the works, right? In which that's how we're going to be saved, man. That's how we can find ourselves upon the chariots. Matter of fact, the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 9, let's get there. The book of 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 7, I think it is. Alright? We're going to start at verse 5, just for kicks. We're going to start at verse 5. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 5. For like as all is made in the world at the beginning and the end is made manifest. How? By the signs that we're seeing, man. We know that we're living in the latter days by the signs that we're seeing. Right? As we can read on a bit higher, right? If you can start at verse 1, let's start at verse 1. Right? It says, and he said unto me, right? He said unto me then, measure thou the time diligently in itself. How do you measure the time? Using the scriptures. Right? What you see on the news, what you see around you, you filter through the scriptures. And that's how you know what timeline you're living in. That's how we know we're living in the latter days, as the scriptures have said. That's how we know we're living in what is known as the latter days, the later times. That's how we know that we're living. You remember that statue that Daniel seen, right? That's how we know that we're living in the feet. We're living in the feet made by iron and clay. We're living in the revival of the Roman Empire. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. And he said unto me, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and whether thou seest part of the signs past, right, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. How is he going to do that? By way of Yahawashi. By way of Yahawashi, right, who people actually call Jesus Christ. Right, I'm looking at a guy with a t-shirt and fringes on right now. I'd be surprised if he doesn't come over, but that's neither here nor there. But in any case, it says, and he, verse 2, right? Then shalt thou well understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Those same parables or the same signs to watch out for are written about in Matthew chapter 24, in Luke chapter 21, in the book of Mark chapter 13. Right? We were told the different signs to watch out for, man. That's how we know the times that we're living in. By using the measuring stick, which is the scriptures, man. Which is the Holy Bible, right alongside the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha is a part of the Holy Bible. Alright? So it says, Salachya. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people. Case in point, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. I think that's in the book of Isaiah 65, right? Declaring the end from the beginning. So the end has already been declared, man. That's how we know the time that we're living in. Let's read on. Verse 5. Verse 5. For like as all things that are made in the world at the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, right? You're seeing that, man. Alright? Even so are the times of the highest have powerful beginnings, or Salachya. Even so the time also of the highest have plain beginnings and in wonders and powerful works and endings in effects and signs. Reading on. Verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved, and everyone that's going to make it out of Jacob's trouble, everyone that's going to find themselves in the chariot, everyone that Yahawashi is going to put a crown upon their head, everyone that's going to have the name of the Lord or the name of the Most High upon their foreheads. My man. And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape, right? Escape narrowly at that, man, because you know that the righteous will scarcely make it. And if the righteous will scarcely be saved, wherein shall the ungodly be found? Those of you who know scripture know exactly where I'm quoting from. Alright? If the ungodly scarcely make it, wherein Salachya, my bad. If the godly shall scarcely be saved, wherein shall the ungodly be found? Alright? And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by what? By his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed. Right? Shall be preserved from the said perils, which is what we're reading about. Right? Which is what we're speaking about. Those are the said perils. Alright? And shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in the land, and within my borders, right? For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Right? Even from the beginning were they sealed, man, in the elect of the Most High. As a matter of fact. Ephesians chapter 1. I want to get the whole thing. Ephesians, the first chapter. Corinthians, Ephesians. That's right. So this is the book of Ephesians, the first. We're going to start at verse 1, alright? This is Ephesians chapter 1, verse 1. Paul, an apostle of Yahawashi HaMashiach. What the fuck was that? Indicates, right? Paul, an apostle of Yahawashi HaMashiach, by the will of the Most High, to the saints which were at Ephesus, right? Proving that the scriptures were given unto the saints wherever they were scattered. Alright? So it says, and to the faithful in Hamashiach Yahawashi, grace be unto you and peace from the Most High, our Father, and from our Lord Yahawashi HaMashiach. Blessed be the Most High and the Father of our Lord Yahawashi HaMashiach, who has blessed us with all spiritual blessing in heavenly places in the Mashiach, man. Alright? Because that's how we get what we get, man. That's how we obtained what we have. It's through the grace and the mercies of the Father that He showed through Yahawashi. But that's another lesson for another day. Verse 3, Salachya, verse 4. According as He hath chosen us in Him before the foundation of the world, before the foundation of the earth. That we should what? Amen. According to He who has chosen us unto Him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy without blame before Him in love. Those are the first fruits. Those are the same spirits that are going to be having that mark of exemption, man. The same people that are chosen from the foundation of the world, man. Alright? Those are the same spirits, man. Coming in different time zones, in different timelines, in different bodies. Alright? Let's read that one more time. According as He has chosen us in Him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and blameless before Him in love. Having what? Having predestinated. Let's get the definition of predestinate real quick. Let's get the Google definition of predestinate. And then we're going to get the Strong's meaning of predestinate. Alright? right? Predestination. Right? Predestination. It says the doctrine that the Most High has ordained all the Salachya. The doctrine that the Most High has ordained all that will happen, especially with regarding to the salvation and some and not others, man. That's exactly what it is. Right? To whomever is gonna be delivered, the elect is already sealed, man. Or Salachya, the elect is already written. Alright, we just don't know who it is yet. And we're gonna know in the chariots, man. There's some brothers that we might expect to be of the elect, but they're not. There's some brothers which we might not expect to be of the elect, but they are. Alright? For the Most High shall have compassion upon whom he shall have compassion. Alright? And shall have mercy upon whom he shall have mercy. Alright? So it says, the doctrine that the Most High has ordained all that will happen, especially with regarding salvation of some and not others. Alright? It has been particularly assigned with the teachings of, or whatever. But we have the Google definition of it, man. It's the doctrine basically that the Most High has already chosen his elect, which is true. Which is true. Alright? The elect is going to receive the elect is going to receive this doctrine one way or another, one way, shape, or form or another. The elect is going to repent, man. The elect is going to call upon the true names. Eventually, every one of the elect is going to be doing the same thing. Alright, because they were sealed from the foundation of the world. The same spirit that was sealed from the foundation of the world are the same spirit which are going to be the first fruits of the kingdom. Go figure. Alright? Verse 5. Having predestinated us unto the adoption, right? There's that word adoption again. Adoption through who? Through Yahawashi, man. Because that's how we have the spirit of adoption. That's how we have the spirit back unto the Father. That's how we redeemed back unto the Father. Through that spirit of adoption, man. It's through that spirit of adoption, through Yahawashi. Alright? Let's read on. Having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahawashi Mashiach. There we go. Unto himself. There we go. Alright? According to the good pleasure of his will, because he wants it. Alright? Now let's get the Strong's definition of this word predestinate. Or predestinated. Alright? It is in the book of Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 5. It is in the book of Ephesians, right? The letter written to the saints living at Ephesus, apparently. Salachya, 1 second.